This is James with NetNewsLedger with your news update for April 22nd, 2020. Heading off our news tonight, Mayor Bill Mauro has declared a state of emergency in the city of Thunder Bay. We have updates from the Thunder Bay District Health Unit with COVID cases and some questions and answers heading into the weekend where it's going to warm up. Gull Bay First Nation has got a lot of COVID cases confirmed. We've got some details there. An arrest by the OPP in Greenstone last night has got the community talking. And we'll have our COVID overview, and closing out the news tonight, we'll be talking about some scams that the Ontario Securities Commission and the RCMP want you to know about. In our lead story tonight, COVID-19 is a threat to the people of Thunder Bay. That's what Mayor Bill Mauro has to say. Mayor Mauro has declared a state of emergency here in the city of Thunder Bay. What this means is that Ontario has allowed the city to come up with new ways of doing things under the state of emergency. The declaration is required by the province in order to give us flexibility to deploy employees, notwithstanding agreements that may be in place. Mayor Mauro says that he's reached out to union leaders to express to them that this necessary declaration is giving force to provincial orders. The decision was made at the city's emergency response team, and we'll have more detail on what this means as we move forward. Our second story tonight, the Thunder Bay District Health Unit says that there are now 60 confirmed cases of COVID in the Thunder Bay District. The latest cases include first one from Lac des Îles Mine, two people who are self-isolating from a First Nation community, and they're not telling us which one yet, and there are two in the Thunder Bay and surrounding areas, a male in his 40s and a woman in their 70s. All are self-isolating at home. Staying with the health unit, we've had some questions asked by some of our readers and viewers about what to do during the pandemic and the COVID-19 issue here in the region. The first question that we got was that during the COVID-19, many people are ordering food. What is the Thunder Bay District Health Unit doing in terms of making sure local restaurants and food services are maintaining standards? And the health unit tells us that all of their routine work continues so that all food premises are being inspected as per their inspection schedule. All food premises that are offering takeout and delivery have been given added information, as you've probably seen if you go up to a restaurant, and all food delivery services have also received an update of information from the health unit. Food services that are offering takeout for the first time have also been visited by Thunder Bay District Health Unit inspectors. We're heading into some warmer weather, so people are starting to want to go to camp. Now, Premier Ford and Ontario have asked people to not go to camp because it puts added strain on the resources of the health center. Here in Thunder Bay, where a lot of people go to camp but would still be going to the Thunder Bay Regional Health Sciences Center, we asked the question, if people in Thunder Bay head to camp, their health or hospital is still Thunder Bay Regional Health Sciences Center, what advice from the health unit can you provide? And what the health unit is saying is at this time, the public health guidance is to stay home and only leave for essential reasons. Travel to camp increases the risk of needing an emergency response, and that common camp activities such as boating, quadding, and exploring remote areas also increase the risk of an emergency response. The health unit is saying stay home and hang tight until you get out to camp. Now, the last question we asked the health unit was on keeping the kids busy. And as you probably have noticed, the kids with shorter attention spans, there's only so much time they can spend on YouTube or on their Xbox. They want to get out and do things with their friends usually. And as the weather starts to warm up, what can you do? So if you go to the Thunder Bay District Health Unit and go to their website, they have some tips. Some of the things that you can do easily: get the kids out and go for a walk. The weather is warmed up heading into the weekend, so you can get out and do some biking. There's lots of things that you can do to keep the family together, keep yourself going, and wear off all of that energy that the kids are burning on full time with us. Gull Bay First Nation, located just up Highway 105 from Thunder Bay, has become a hotbed for COVID-19. There are 350 people who live in Gull Bay First Nation. Chief Wilfred King is very concerned because right now there are a grand total of 6 confirmed cases. There's cases that are pending, and a lot of the people in the community were working at the Lac des Îles mine, and so they're very worried about those people who were working at the mine and are now back in the community. There are some issues to deal with there. Chief King has gone to Indigenous Services Canada and Health Canada. He is seeking that there's a mobile testing unit in the community. They're getting approval for that, but it hasn't made it there yet. So we will keep you up to date on this story. In Greenstone, Ontario Provincial Police laid charges under the emergency protections measures that have been enacted by the province of Ontario. The police say that in recent days they've been receiving several complaints regarding an individual who was failing to comply with the Emergency Management and Civil Protection Act. Greenstone OPP launched an investigation, and it was determined that the man was failing to comply with the distancing measures and disregarding previous warnings that have been issued by the local OPP. As a result, the man was charged with violating the orders, and he's received a $750 fine. The Ontario Provincial Police across northwestern of Ontario have laid charges in Sioux Lookout and in Kenora for people who are failing to follow the law, which means, for one, no gatherings over 5 people. They're asking people who have been diagnosed with COVID, those people are required to self-quarantine. They're asking that people follow the law to keep all of us safe. There's been 3 charges laid so far in northwestern Ontario. So far, none in Thunder Bay, where Thunder Bay police have been very busy trying to keep our city safe. Our COVID overview for today, the 22nd of April. Globally, there's 6.2 million people who have been confirmed with the virus, and 185,494 people have died. Across Canada, there's 41,752 cases of COVID-19 that have been confirmed in Canada, and there's 2,141 deaths. Here in Ontario, we're in second place. Quebec is leading the pack now. And what's been happening in Ontario, we have 12,879 cases. There's been 713 deaths. Now, in Thunder Bay, in the Thunder Bay District Health Unit, reports 60 confirmed cases, and we've had no deaths. We're dodging the bullet so far here in Thunder Bay and in northwestern Ontario. And closing out the news this evening, the Ontario Securities Commission and the Royal Canadian Mounted Police want to advise Canadians and Ontarians about a number of the scams that people are trying to do to get your money from you during this COVID-19 pandemic. First of all, they're asking you to watch out for the work-at-home scams. Fraudsters are taking advantage of people looking for alternative sources of income due to COVID-19 because of layoffs or salary cuts. They're saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. They're also warning about your finances. Fraudsters are using the current economic conditions to target individuals by posing as their bank or by their financial advisor. They may contact you with warnings about your investment or finances. There's also what's called the pump and dump scams, and fraudsters spread positive but false information claiming to have products or services that will prevent, detect, or cure COVID-19. This is luring investors to purchase those stocks, and the fraudsters then quickly dump their shares before the hype gets caught out. Be careful. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. The other thing to watch for are fake government messages. Fraudsters are targeting individuals posing as government departments or agencies. They will spoof their phone number. They'll send a text or an email related to COVID-19 or the Canadian Emergency Response benefits, prompting you to click on the link to provide your personal or financial information. All of these frauds seem to be going on at an increased level during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's something to be very, very careful about, and we've got links in the news story on NetNewsLedger that you'll want to follow. And that's the news we've got for you tonight. We've been double and triple checking our sources. If there's something that you think we need to know, send an email to newsroom@netnewsledger.com. If you like what you see and you haven't already done it, we're asking you to hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button and share this news with your friends. We've got a lot going on. And remember, Thunder Bay, keep safe, keep 6 feet apart. The weather for the weekend is looking nice, and you're not going to want to be staying at home, but we're going to ask you to do your best to keep social distancing and stay safe. This is James with NetNewsLedger. Thanks for tuning in.